Marlon Craft. That was another guy. Is Marlon Craft on here?
No. I think just because he's not like as noteworthy right now, but he could be in the future.
Okay, we'll put that as a maybe. All right.
Yeah, that's totally. If you want to list anybody right now, like that, I might agree with you on what. There was someone else that. No, I really. I think I got pretty much everybody. Is there anyone you think that should be on here?
Only thing I'm thinking of is Marlon Craft, Beastie Boys. Just to argue for them.
I can add Marlon Craft.
And
I can add Marlon Craft.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of some of these guys are newer. Like Young Lean is on here for fuck's sake.
I know, but he's like a fucking global sensation.
Yeah, but and what is Lil Xan? That's the thing, right?
Well, he's Spanish too.
Oh, okay.
So
There's a lot of Lils and Youngs that came out in a really quick succession, and because they came out so fast, I cannot tell the difference between any of these.
That's totally fair.
But yeah, in terms of okay, white female rappers. How big is that list, eh?
Fergie?
The Crazy Sean in here?
No. Humming on an elephant. Elephant. That shit was crazy.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna vouch for her and then take it back as soon as I do, if I bring her up. But first, before we get to any of that, I do want to make the specific point. If you are indeed recording,
I am.
Yeah, like there is this sort of sentiment that goes around like, oh, white people, you're guests in the house of hip hop. You should feel uncomfortable. You shouldn't just be, just allowed to just rap. You should feel awkward about it, And here's my thing. The reason why a lot of people feel that way, right, is because of the history of music, especially rock and jazz, of like, oh man, the record executives, they picked this guy to be the one who represents the genre. They picked Elvis, they picked this guy. And so there's a sort of, resentment there, right, over time from some artists being like, man, fuck that. Like, if you're a white rapper, you need to step back, especially because you know the history. What the fuck? And if you don't, then that means you're a motherfucker. And here's the thing. You should have to do the knowledge, but it should be, like, if you care about this art, if you care about hip-hop, it should actually be, it shouldn't be homework for you to have to listen to the progenitors and shit that came before, because the fact of the matter is, in order for motherfuckers to become fans of hip-hop the way they weren't listening to this shit like it was fucking homework. They were listening to it because they liked it, and it was like, oh, what can I get something from this? This is fun. I want to emulate this. I want to do it my own way. Everyone has to emulate, including black rappers and white rappers. Everyone has to emulate the shit that came before them, right? So when we do this thing of like, oh no, you can't, come in this game and sound in any way similar to anyone because you're just being a white guy ripping shit off. No. I think what really needs to be addressed here is the material reality of what the progenitors who came before them had to face, right? It's the same thing I say about Bruno Mars. A lot of people say, oh, Bruno Mars, culture vulture, because he looks light-skinned, but he's not actually light-skinned. He's actually like,
he's Filipino, right?
Yeah, and Jewish and this, that, and thing. But the reality of the fact is, like, that culture in the Philippines actually very much cares about soul music and fucking loves that shit. Like, they don't it's the same way that, like, British people, loved soul music and Motown back in the 60s, and that's what brought a whole lot of those musicians back to the forefront.
Or how the Germans love David Hasselhoff,
Okay, well, maybe not at the exact same degree, but...
No, exactly the same degree. They go nuts for him over there.
Well, but the point I'm trying to make is that, like, there is a respect and a love for the cultural roots of this genre. Yeah. And to say that because someone is not of that ethnicity that they can't possibly love it and respect it in the same way, I think that's absurd. But the reality of the fact is there needs to be an awareness as a white rapper, right? That's like, hey, you are coming into the genre where it behooves the powers that be for you to not think about how your whiteness is helping you and, to some degree, a detriment to the artists that came before you.
Right.
So, like, how do you answer that question, right? Do you just sulk and go, oh, well, I guess as a white rapper, I can never just be a white rapper because by being a white rapper, I'm taking away from everyone. No, bullshit. What you do is you go, hey, if I'm getting on and if I'm getting some fucking money and we're able to fucking, yo, I'm gonna get all the black rappers that I grew up listening to in this genre, I'm gonna bring them on tour with me. As, you know, the person who really inspired me, I want to get some money in his pocket, because that's what you're supposed to do. That's what we always do as musicians historically. When someone gets on and you're like, oh man, this great new sound, and you go like, nah, it actually came from this guy, and I love this guy. I'm actually gonna bring this guy on tour with me, because if it wasn't for me, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be nowhere. Like, that's what you do. You point back to the roots, and you let people know that this is where it came from. You put money in their pockets and you take them on tour with you. That's what Bruno Mars did with the black sort of 80s, you know, sound guys that he was kind of emulating on that
Uptown Funk, yeah. Melly Mel.
What did he do next? He had all those guys open up for him.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do. You throw respect back to the music, and that's what lets people know, oh, this guy knows what he's fucking doing. This guy respects the art. This guy is actually trying to put money in their pockets at an age, like, to make up for that age where they were being treated badly and not being allowed to make their fucking money. That's the answer to that question. It's not just, oh, white guilt and white people should just feel bad. It's like, it's, you know, white active, you know, white allyship, right? It's active, you know, making sure the young white kids that are listening to you know that you didn't come up with this shit at a whole cloth, that it goes back to this. That's why I always kind of respected Insane Clown Posse. Honestly, we're going to jump it off, because if you, like, you know, people used to give them a lot of shit, be like, oh, they're just doing, you know, hip-hop, but in a, I guess, white black face, because they do have white vein and black face, but
yeah, but
you know, it was kind of, oh, they don't actually respect their art, they're just rip artists. But then as soon as you listen to any of their music, they're always making reference to, oh, fucking Above the Law, this early gangster rap that people don't really remember, this shit, da da da.
Right.
And whenever they do, they get like the old school guys, they get like Ice Cube, you know, all these motherfuckers, you know, doing shit for them. The Esham, the guys who came up with horrorcore before them, you know, Ghetto Boys, they'd help them out and make it and sign them to the record labels. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's like,
even Macklemore.
Are forgotten.
Even Macklemore had like Melly Mel and you know all them on that scooter song, that moped song.
Downtown.
Yeah, downtown.
Yeah. That shit is so crazy. I love that shit, honestly, because it was like, all right, not only are they doing the old school shout out, but it also has like the weird new school white
like
dude,
indie, like walking on a dream, like type of feeling.
But it's legitimate. He's bringing the old school sound and blending it with what really does feel like the sonic experience as a white dude, right? Like,
yeah.
Hey, I like the big boxes, you know,
yeah.
White guys, but I want to mix it with this thing that I grew up loving too. And it's like, I shouldn't have to divide them. We don't need to have peanut butter and chocolate be in two different jars. We can put them together, you know? That's what the love and the actual fucking, you know, desire to really, you know, bring different neighborhoods of music together.
Yeah.
It, like, really is allowed to flourish. And when we say that thing of, oh, if you're white, you better step back and you can't be a part of it. No, that's just that's basically doing, you know, the opposite but equal thing of separate but equal that white people were doing to black people in the clubs back in the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s, and just kind of doing you know, now we've got a grievance politics, so now white people can't be a part of that. No, fuck that. Don't allow the racist assholes to dictate how you go forward. You know what I'm saying? What you do is you don't fight fire with fire, you fight it with water. You know what I mean? You're like, actually, we're not going to do what you do, and we're going to have everyone come in, and we're going to see how much great music comes out of that, despite, you know, who's, you know, part of it. As long as, again, the people who are outside, they still show respect to where this shit came from and how people were screwed over, and are willing to, like, help people understand that, you know what I'm saying, and throw it back. Because that's what's going to keep people, that's what keeps the genre alive. I'm sorry, as soon as you say no one can do this and only so many people can, that's where a genre dies, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the guitar. If you only said, oh no, the guitar can only be in Spain and it can only be another, okay, all right, well I guess no one can use the guitar and no one's gonna play, you know, they're different variations of guitar now because we said it can only be in this one place, so I guess the guitar dies because only a couple of people in one country can play it because it would
That's
be
so silly.
But no, fuck that.
Yeah, the
know?
idea that like the guitar died or whatever because sales went down. What? I mean, don't you remember the boom that happened and went along with the guitar sales in the first place? come on now. When rock and roll hit, oh, I gotta go get a guitar, you know? And now it's like, well, everyone wants to be a rapper, so that's what everyone's trying to be. And now everyone in Gen Alpha wants to be a streamer, so that's what everyone's buying is fucking recording equipment and podcast equipment.
It's just about whatever is perceived as the easiest thing to do.
It's what's trending.
But it's also what's easy, right? Like, 'cause before this, it was being an actor.
Well, right? The thing is, like, guitars aren't cheap. Recording equipment isn't cheap, but, like, the lack of material will breed creativity in someone who really wants to do something, and the longevity they put into it will also shine with time. Because if you're doing something and then you just buy a bunch of equipment and then you don't know what to do with it, obviously, because you're a fucking noob, then I've seen it happen. I've went to this guy's house. He asked me to use his equipment because he didn't know how to use it, and it's like $8,000 worth of shit. And I'm just like, what are you doing, bro? Like, I don't know how to use this stuff.
I wish these motherfuckers let me do that and use that shit and do it. Because, like, I got my little Acid Pro and I know how to work with that, but it's like, oh yeah, I know how to do my shit. That's not my specialty in terms of production. I'm not you know what I mean? Like,
right.
It doesn't excite me to get the mixing on a production. Well, that's just something I have to deal with in order to, like, all right, if I want a song to be the best I can be, you have to do that. But what I like doing is raps. Like, if in a perfect world, you know, someone producing for me and I'm just writing the raps and it's in the studio like a fucking, you know, like it's the 80s with hip hop, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
you have to do a lot of shit in order to live that their lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? So, but let's get to this list.
Okay. Rappers, I don't mean to keep you or anything like that.
Oh no, I think we'll make short work of this, as a matter of fact.
I think so too.
First 3 rappers I'm putting at the tippity top of the list. Let's go ahead.
Just get it out the way.
Look, A$AP Rock, Eminem, and R.A. the Rugged Man at the tippity top S tier, and I don't want to hear any conversation about it, okay?
Why R.A. the Rugged Man in the S tier, though? Go ahead.
But the reason why I say R.A. the Rugged Man is because he's basically proto Eminem, and honestly kind of better.
I think Cannabis is proto Eminem.
I guess.
I know what you mean, but when you listen to Infinite, like, you know?
Yeah. No. Eminem is proto Master Ace. That's what he is.
I wanted to put Eminem in the A tier after this shit he's been dropping. I'm not gonna cap, but Eminem's show is so good.
If we're taking the whole discography, you know what? We do have to have that conversation after a while.
We can have that conversation real quick. Like, when did it start getting bad? Encore. What was like a good... It kind of goes up and down a little.
But here's the thing. Piss him off, and he's going to show you why he deserves to still be that S-tier rapper. You know what I mean?
I know.
So it's like... you don't want to get MGK'd. You know, no one actually thinks that they can fuck with Eminem. You know what I mean?
No, I know that, like, he would always sound fresh when he needed to, but, like, he has a bunch of yes men around him, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. To be your best self, you need people pushing you and challenging you, and they're not challenging him in the right ways.
No, but he's too rich, and that's why R.A. the Rugged Man will always be on that tier for me, because he's not rich enough for him to. Now
they both have songs with Biggie. That's true. They both have songs with Biggie.
But one of them had it pre-posthumously.
And one had it. The one that did have it pre-posthumously, Biggie was like, "Yeah, we just did it for the money, to be honest with you."
but also, it was like Biggie was trying to keep up with R.A. He was like, "Oh shit, this white dude's not fucking around."
He didn't even bother doing the Bone Thugs thing. I haven't even heard that song, but like, I can only really imagine how they sound together.
I'll rip your cunts up with spoons.
Say it again.
It's absolute. It's called Cunt Renaissance.
That's the name of the song.
He goes, I'll rip your cunts up with spoons.
That means he's eating that pussy.
That's one way to interpret it.
Or he's eating pussies. Because, like, cunts.
Yeah, sure.
I rip you cunts up with spoons.
I mean, just the visceral imagery of, like, scooping a cunt with a spoon.
I know. Absolutely disgusting.
And he was doing the best of that. And then, you know, he doesn't have that many albums.
Right.
But, like,
he has like 3.
He's an artist and was kind of doing shit at the skin of his teeth. Probably still even now, honestly. He is
like ahead of his time. I'll give him that. Where's he at? Where the fuck's he at in here? Oh, there he is. How about we put Eminem and Ra in the A tier and just call that sort of like even for now, unless Eminem comes out with another really, really good album.
Okay.
What do you think?
Who did you say now?
Just Eminem and R.A. being in the A tier. I think A$AP is special because he was there from like the beginning with LP and Definitive Jux, and he has the largest vocabulary.
If he's not S tier, I don't know what we're talking about.
No, yeah, he's definitely S tier in my mind. There's nothing that's going to take that really away from him.
What you say, I would still argue for S tier.
That's okay. We can put Eminem in S tier. The classics are classic. We could put R.A. in the A tier though, right? Is that okay? Just because he's still kind of underground.
Who?
R.A. Can we put R.A. in the A tier?
Okay.
Is that fair?
Right.
I'll give him the props to be up there. You know what I mean?
He doesn't. Yeah, and he does not have enough music where I feel like people get stuck. Because like he has like the one album back then, and then 2 albums recently, maybe like one in 2004, and then one recently. Like so, he just hasn't been able to make that much shit because he's been an artist.
He has like mixtapes and stuff. They're just maybe not on streaming, or maybe they were just like handed out in physical form and uploaded to the internet, maybe. Because it said, when I looked it up, he had 7 albums, it said, but I was like, okay, I didn't think that. That's surprising. That's new information.
Yeah, but he's someone who, whenever you hear him on a track, he's always showing up who's on there. Anytime I've ever heard,
he does put his work in.
Always sounds incredible. On the Give It Up track, on the Wu-Tang indie joint, on the, what was that, Army of the Pharaohs, those guys who always talk about political and religious shit on their raps. Who
Hieroglyphics? Hieroglyphics?
No. The guys who are like, of course, it turned out to be kind of homophobic because that's just how that goes. The Kill? What's the name of that song? What's the name of that song? Uncommon Valor.
Oh. That's
Have
a cool
you heard
name.
that track?
No. But like the name of that song. Yeah. Okay. I think there was someone in there that I had to add. Vinny Paz. Yeah.
That's who it is, yeah.
I've never heard anything from Jedi Mind Tricks, or maybe I have. I just don't know.
They're the too immortal technique for me rappers. They're
too political?
All right, I get it. I'm supposed to be impressed by the fact that you're bringing up,
socioeconomic struggles
and the Sumerian texts and visions of Gandhi. Like, I get it.
Bringing up Enki and Allele.
It just kind of feels like fancy shit,
Yeah, it's too old. You're talking about old stuff. We're on the New Testament. You got to get to the New Testament.
It's not even that. Oh, it just feels a little up its own ass after a while.
Oh, it insists upon itself.
Yeah, it insists upon itself, and it's like, I still need to be actually intrigued, and I feel like I'm just supposed to.
Lupe like insists upon himself. Like he'll beat you over the head with the same fucking word.
That doesn't necessarily mean I just automatically like the lyrical shit, because it's like there's still a level of actually wanting to enjoy it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You
have to have a cohesive thought pattern. It can't just be literally the same word used 20 times in a row just for the sake of using grammar.
But specifically the idea of it's the cannabis thing, because it's overly lyrical. That in and of itself is supposed to make you respect it,
right?
Instead of what he's actually saying,
Yeah, instead of it actually being worth listening to. It's
and that's always been the division between a cannabis type and an Eminem type, right? Why is cannabis never going to be able to get on?
Because he can't make a good song. He can't make a song.
Even during his
rap.
Those songs weren't great songs.
No.
What was that song? will never sickness and health to love you more than I love myself. Like, that was Wyclef doing that way too soft for hip hop sound that he does, you know, and trying to make that pop. But Cannabis can't be a pop rap star in the way that Eminem can, purely because he knew, well, at one point he knew that you need an actual sing-songy, you need a way for people to actually get on board to the roller coaster feel of your flow. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
You know. Yeah, but anyway.
Did you want to put anyone else?
Talking about white rappers, because, you know, it's a thing, because they're like, they are white, so
it's true.
It makes it a little different. You know, their experiences is inevitably going to be different, right, by nature
of course. The nature of America, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Facts. So, all right, I get, but if you're going to take in all of the discography, you know, you make a good point of Awkward. You know, that taints the record. You know what I'm saying? Relapse,
even though I love it, I get it. It is a hard listen unless you're like really drunk and just want to laugh at either how bad it is or like how so stupid like he can get with it and still have it like sounding good.
That's his nigga, please.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, for sure. You're just like, what is this? Who would make music like this? Fact should have been on there. It should have just been a bonus track on Encore.
Now see, if he called his album Cracker Please, that was what's it a name? But all those would have been forgiven. It's like, oh, I get it. This is just supposed to be fucking stupid.
Yeah. He just did it. Like, that album insists upon itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm sorry, but I still don't like the hummingbird, mockingbird song.
No, yeah,
I know
the flow.
People listened to it when they were young, and so they're like, well, it's sentimental, so I have to like it.
Right.
Again,
you heard it on the radio. It's got a good piano beat, whatever.
But I'm sorry that the way his flow sounds, put some presents under the tree and set them up, then we're from me, so why didn't it's so zombie man flow. It's like, what are we doing here, you know?
I don't see us being together ever again.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like, it's weird.
This is not you.
Like, what kind of pockets are these?
When I heard this, like, because I know Eminem knows his way around the fucking flow.
Exactly.
So what the fuck is that? No, that was the first take where it's supposed to just be sentimental and I'll never rap again, so I'm just gonna not even try.
Or it's like, he's just like, I don't care what anyone thinks about this song. This means so much to me. I'm gonna put it out no matter how anyone feels about it. And I'm sure he was like,
I'm sorry, you can't be the man who did that and also be the man who says, you know, my songs can make you cry, take you by surprise, at the same time can make you dry your eyes with the same line. See, what you're seeing is a genius of work, which to me isn't work, so it's easy to misinterpret it at first. Like, come on, like, you can't be that guy and then be that guy, like, nah.
I know. I mean, everyone has like a weird falling off point. Like any real artist, you know, once you make enough music, you're just gonna eventually hate the idea of music and defy it as much as you can. Like, you go against the grain.
You know, where it's like, I think you just get too comfortable.
That too.
I think there are certain, because here's the thing, Prince is an incredible artist who kept making new different shit. David Bowie, incredible artist who kept, so you can't tell me, oh, it's just not possible. No, it's just motherfuckers get caught up in their fame, get caught up in the drugs, get caught up in the women, get caught up in the.
That's why I also feel like the yes man issue really definitely applies with M.
People get caught up in the they get caught up in the moment of being themselves. You know what I mean? And I think, you know, there's a certain level that is, I'm kind of happy that I kind of went to an art school, because there's a bit of an ego death that you kind of have to do after a point of just like, you're going to be constantly getting critiqued on your shit, so you better be fine with the idea that you're not, you know, that great and you need to improve.
No, yeah. When you gave me all those... Yeah, when you gave me all those pointers on the song that we made, that was like a wake-up call to me. You know, being like, oh, okay, I can't just, you know, kind of flounder my way through this interaction. I have to actually lock in and be the best I can.
Well, I appreciate that you know, that I you know, inspire you to take the art, you know what I'm saying, to that degree.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, here's the reality. Like, there are plenty of people who, like I said, let's take Eminem, for example. I'm sure when he first started off, he knew what the fuck he was doing. The shit was fun to him. It was exciting, and so we did it to the best of his ability. And then when he got to a point where he's like, oh shit, well, I'm not really feeling the pressure cooker of being like a white rapper who needs to prove himself anymore. I can just kind of fuck around, and do I really even like this? I'm doing these drugs or take the edge off, and then, like, there's no discipline, right? You need the fucking, no, regardless of what the fuck this is, there is something I'm trying to get to, which is making the best joint I can. Like, this is what the desire, this is what the goal is, to put your all into doing this shit. And, you know, the problem with, like, the real world is that it comes to, like, you know, well, first of all, there is the problem of, like, you've had your whole life to make your first album, and then you only have, like, 2 years to make a second one, right? And it kind of catches up with you after a while, I feel, you know? But there needs to be a certain sense of discipline of being, like I said, guys like Prince and David Bowie were still able to keep a sense of quality, a sense of evolving, you know, like, that is possible. You just have to tune out the bullshit and engage with the art. You know what I'm saying? Tune out the bullshit. And here's the thing, some people are able to do that genuinely. You know, like I said, I'm going to keep throwing it back. Like Michael Jackson, you know, Prince, Bowie, they're able to do that. But, you know, outside of the, you know, hallowed halls of an art school that's trying to keep you humble and trying to get you to focus on the art, it's really hard to maintain that focus outside of that. And so I feel like it's so easy for artists to sort of, even as good as they are, eventually sort of do that thing of like running around in a circle of like, well, I'm just kind of making the things that I'm supposed to make, or just kind of doing this thing, and it's not really that creative, but it's the thing I do, and now it kind of becomes a bit of a one-trick pony, and then people kind of get bored and uninterested with it, right? Like, that's what you see happening with mainstream and underground rappers alike, where it's like, oh, that's just what they do? Okay, you know, all right. You know what I mean? But when you're making shit that, ooh, that's fun, that pops, that's interesting, I care, I'm a human being listening to another human being making art each time and going, whoa, what are they doing with it this time? Whoa, how are they getting art this time? Like, that's the spark that artists get back to, that's always going to give them, if not, you know, the best music ever, something that's going to make motherfuckers react, something that's going to make motherfuckers go, ooh, what? What is this?
Hell yeah.
Whoa, what is going on here? You know, and I think that's what happens after a while. Guys like Eminem and all these guys, they get complacent, they get stuck in their ways, and they end up running around in a circle on the shit that they do instead of like expanding and playing with that shit in a way that, shit, I'll say guys like Kendrick Lamar and shit like that I feel like are doing these days, you know, where it's like, ooh, it feels like no album is ever the same album, and he's always going to different, you know, places and doing different things, and it's like, you want to be along for the journey to see what's going to happen next, you know? Yeah, but back to these white rappers. Interesting you have Action Bronson on here.
Hold on, can I put my S tier ones?
Okay.
Just real quick. Just get them out the way.
Okay.
So, there's a guy named Idea. First of all, I'm gonna put LP up in the S tier.
I think he's a better producer than he is a rapper, but I get it.
Yeah,
like,
but just in white rapper world, yeah, I think he's S tier.
Yeah, but my problem with him is that it's the flow, man. It's the underground white rapper flow where it's like, all right, you're shoving in too many words.
Yeah, you're right. You're fucking, you are correct, but he's influenced so many people. He started a label that had A$AP Rock on it, so he helped discover and put on A$AP Rock. And then he helped discover and put on Killer Mike. And now he's part of Run the Jewels.
That was Outkast before, you know what I'm saying?
No, I totally understand, but he produced a whole album for Killer Mike.
Sure.
He produced a whole album for Killer Mike, and then they're, you know, Run the Jewels.
Yeah.
Like, he's been relevant since, like, the 90s, which is surprising, you know, considering.
Sure, for an underground artist, definitely.
And for him to be a good producer, too, on top of all of that is crazy.
But I'll say this, to go off of lyricism, if we're going to include the way that Eminem has fallen off of his lyricism, I have to throw some dampening on LP's lyricism, just in terms of it's consistent, but consistently that white underground rapper.
Yeah.
You know what? Probably
That's
excitable boy flow, where it's like, oh, this is why this is underground.
That's
not
fair.
Just because people just don't like, you know, people just can't get it. It's like, no, he's actively doing things that make his stuff sound not as palatable.
You're
for
right.
Mainstream audience. You know
You're
what I'm
right.
saying?
All right. I put him in A tier. I put him in the A tier.
Yeah.
That's fine with Raw the Rugged Man.
Love him to death.
Yeah.
Look, this isn't about I'm not these fucking rappers' friends, okay?
Yeah, we're being strict.
Art, all right?
We're being strict about it, yeah.
You know, we're not doing this shit because, I want so-and-so to like me. I want to make sure that, no, fuck you. You want me to like you, make good music.
Damn, I want to read.
Anyway, this is about art. I don't care if you're an asshole and you don't talk to anyone and you're a dick. If you make good art, I don't give a shit. As long as you don't do anything, overtly awful, but,
Right. And the next guy I had that I wanted to put in the S tier was Idea. Do you know who that is?
Okay, now, who them Jetmans? What he fuck with?
He has some of the most... Yeah, he has like some of the most unique albums and ways of going about like rap. It's more like just spoken word and poetry or slam poetry or something. But he's such a good freestyler. It's fucking insane. That's what has me flabbergasted.
Yeah, I know I've seen his name in when I used to write reviews on E-Pinions. I've seen the name.
Yeah, so he passed away like in the early 2000s, I think.
Yeah. Makes total sense. Hold on.
Look up his name real quick. And if you haven't, you should listen to Firstborn, which is Idea and Abilities. He has like a producer.
Yes, Firstborn. I remember.
And Oliver, The Many Faces of Oliver Hart. That's another really good album. I have both of those on fucking CD.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I was able to find those at Record Archive. Shout out, Record Archive.
Okay.
Would you be opposed to him being an S tier, or should he be an A tier with like the other underground guys?
See, I hate judging him without actually having heard enough to be able to genuinely say.
I wouldn't mind. Go ahead.
Because he might be, S tier, but he might be A-Stop, but
well,
he might be LP.
He has the flow. He has that flow that you don't like, that underground flow where it's like super sporadic.
And here's the thing, that still counts. I'm sorry, because the way you arrange your flow, that's still part of it, right? Like, that's still part of the package of the presentation of your music, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, I've always thought about this, like, as a music reviewer, again, there's that sort of, you're a rap critic, you love the underground rappers, right? That's what you love, and the mainstream rap is crap, right? It's like, that ain't necessarily so. Sometimes the mainstream stuff is really creative and well put together. Sometimes it's cheap and like barely tries. Sometimes the underground shit is really creative and well put together. Sometimes they're, they push more and rely on impressing you with the words rather than actually, good construction of how they're put together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I said, you can play with the flow and do fun shit, but it still needs to sound fluid, like how fucking Rock Marciano. You can't tell where the fucking A and the B and the rhymes are coming, but it's so fucking fluid that it's like dancing on the beat.
It's like Biggie. Oh. It's like Biggie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Daisy chaining these fucking words together, and you're like, how is it sounding so good? And the beat's just going. It's like the beat's not even there.
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to any of Biggie's beats without him on it?
Biggie's beats without him on it.
Have you heard any of them? Like.
Yeah.
You
ever beats without him?
It's just like
it's not the same.
It's weird. It's like I couldn't figure out how to rap on this. Like the beats are weird. They're so minimal. Like there's nothing really going on. There's no direction it gives you. Like yeah. Like what? I don't know. I don't fucking know. What would I say to this? Apparently, it's like the coolest shit ever when he does it. I don't know. It's something about him.
He finds the pocket. That's what you got to do as a rapper. You got to find the rhythm pocket and dance in that shit. And Chance the Rapper has shown us you can dance on the offbeat of that rhythm pocket. You still just got to know where it is, though.
True.
And that's like guys like Chance the Rapper. Like maybe they don't have art school training or whatever. Maybe they do. But I feel like if you are more disciplined in the art, you're going to be, when after a while in the game, you kind of become the sort of like, oh, I'm so big and rich. The same thing with like playing guitar, right? It's like, there's probably those people who are like, oh man, once I got so big in guitar, all I do is needly, and that's what makes people like me. So I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, am I actually putting soul into this? Am I actually making bringing people along for the journey of what this is? Am I doing that, or am I just expressing the technique and you're just supposed to be wowed by the technique?
Right.
And you know what? I'll say on both sides of the table that happens. Whereas like people can be so into the technique, but they don't actually have any fucking creativity. But you're just supposed to be awed by the technique, right? You know?
Yeah.
So again, you know, critique is all about, you know, again, I'm nobody's fucking friend. I'm not doing a fucking, oh well, everyone likes him, so I guess I have to like. It's like no. If I think it's fucking whack, I'm not gonna act. You know, who am I gonna believe? You know, you are my lion ears. Like,
right.
You know. But anyways, let's talk about it. Who are we talking about now? What was your S tier? The idea. I'm sorry, I haven't heard that much of him, but I definitely like to give it a try if you're putting it on that level. I'm not gonna push back if. You know,
I put him in the A tier because he does have a hard to follow sort of flow and cadence, and like you need the lyrics. You know what I mean? He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
To get the full like impact of whatever he's saying, you need the lyrics right there. Same thing with A$AP Rock, but like A$AP Rock, it's sort of like an endless tunnel.
And I do believe he has that fluidity. He is someone that
he can ride the beat really well.
Yes, I think in a different world.
Well, I'm going to the bathroom, but go ahead.
Okay. But in a different world where people were willing to be more weird, I really do think an A$AP Rock could have popped in the mainstream just because, like I said, not in that, you know, Eminem pop way, but in that sort of new age David Bowie. And he's doing like just different, because all of his albums are interesting and different. He never runs into that. Here's just a white guy doing, you know, an indie rap album, and that's just what he's making, just indie rap songs that are just kind of, you know, general lyrical shit, and like maybe writing in my diary raps, but you know, no, all this shit always is so interesting and so kind of like going this way and that way with stories and lyricism, and I do think he's an all-rounder MC that just kind of doesn't get as much props because, you know, his voice is kind of like this, and you know, I will say he does, like, it's that thing where, like, you know, he overly uses big words in a way that, you know, can be alienating, right? Where it's just like, because you know what people say, like, if they just don't know what you're saying, the comprehension of what is being said is harder to understand. I remember one time he had a song where he's like, you know, my thoughts are careening something, like falling down into a susurrus, and I was like, what the fuck is a susurus? I don't know what the fuck a susurus is.
It's like it's like a whisper.
Yeah, and I was like, how the fuck was I supposed to know what that was?
I used it in a song because I watched that video and I was like, well, what does it mean? And I looked it up immediately and I was like, oh, and then it's in a song. I say they speak in a susurrus, worship but are under us. We as a society decided you're all fucking mutts.
Okay, I love that though. Because see, that's what I used to do as a kid. I would like find out what like a certain word means, and then come up with a rhyme for it.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
it's exciting. It's like solving a puzzle or something.
Yeah, like prestidigitation. I found out that it was like, all right, you know, this ain't no trick of prestidigitation. This is raw hip hop delivery station. You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, I would do shit like that.
I used both of the longest words in one song before, which is anti-disestablishmentarianism and pneumano ultra microscopic silicovolcaniconiosis. And I used those both. Huh?
Did you do a full rhyme? Did you do a full line rhyme?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It wasn't like I made both of them make sense, but I said I could build you an all-white prison built on anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Because no, I mean, like, if you said anti-disestablishmentarianism, can't I miss this? You know, Italian variant. You know what I'm saying?
No, I didn't go that deep with it.
The fucking MF Doom full rhyme flow.
Right, yeah. No, rhyming every syllable. I've done it before because I love Doom, but no, not that time.
It's a fun thing, but it's like, you can't do it that often because it's just hard.
The word's long enough. The word's long enough.
Yeah, but I did a rhyme with yo, nasty saturation of the rhymes, no nasty conflagration of the times, or something like that.
Hell yeah. I like doing that a lot. But I don't know if I had anyone else I wanted to put up in S tier that I would probably just realize shouldn't be in S tier. So let's just start. Do you want to go in alphabetical order, or do you want to spit like notable faces, or maybe just put people in the trash?
Well, I'm just kind of looking at this specific list here, so like of these faces. So I was kind of just looking through that because I feel like if we go alphabetically, I'm not gonna know. Fuck it, let's do it alphabetically. Whatever.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. So we got everyone up at the top there, but Action Bronson, I haven't heard.
A.
You said A?
Yeah, well, because his name starts with A. I was just saying, this is funny.
He's consistent. He's consistent.
Yeah, that's the thing about him. Like, when people would kind of say, like, oh, he's just ripping up Ghostface Killer.
I know. Why do so many rappers have the same voice? He sounds like someone else, too. I can't remember who right now. But
I mean, look, there's only so many, high, middle, and low, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That said, I mean, Common doesn't sound like any other guy, right?
Oh, hell no. Yeah, no, you would never confuse that. Action Bronson, what he talks about, it's what he talks about, though. He talks about food so much that it's like, it's an art form.
And also, his stuff is so, like, wild out, bonkers, sort of wordplay and saying shit that it's like, you kind of can't help. Like, he's got the high voice and he talks about, wild bonkers shit mixed with gangster rap shit, so it's kind of inevitable.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he's just freestyling most of it. I forget what it was, but he had a song where it's just the beat playing, and you can hear him stopping and starting, like, these different bars, and then, like, I don't know, maybe at the end of doing that, that's how he makes his songs, but he had the one where it was the entire clip, like, probably 16 minutes long, of him just, like, stopping and starting, freestyling over the same beat.
Yeah, and see, that is why I feel like his stuff is a little less than a Ghostface Killer.
That's totally fair.
Ghostface Killer does sound like someone who thought through the weirdness of what he's saying. It may not make sense to you all the way, but it definitely makes sense to him.
It definitely makes sense to him.
Sounds like that, but a lot more, not lucid, but just kind of like, it does feel very loose.
Yes.
It does feel very kind of like, oh, the fact that you just said that, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Like, after I listen to a full album, I never feel like something that I got a fully cohesive song. I feel like I got really interesting, weird lines, but I feel like I never get a, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. We could put him in the B tier, I feel. I feel that's fair.
B. I was kind of feeling A originally, but then I was like, no, I can't act like, yeah.
He does have the ability to make a commercial track, though, with Baby Blue, with Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, come on.
I listened to that all the time when it first came out. Gosh, that was a banger.
And just that music video with the Armenian coming to America.
Shout out to the Armenians, bro. Shout out to the Armenians.
That was great. Up in New York.
Okay, next
I actually know someone in that area. There's some area of New York, I think it's Queens, where there's just a whole bunch of fucking Armenians just there.
Yeah, probably. There's a bunch of different. That's the melting pot, bro.
Yeah, but I know some folks up in that area that I'm cool with. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's where the Armenians hang out. Yeah.
Shout out to them. They had a really rough, like, Holocaustic genocide not too long ago.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
I mean, that's what you have to deal with when you're the minority of, when
I know.
Greeks that they're kind of the minority of or something.
Dude, war is, it never changes.
Yeah.
It's always bad. That guy,
yeah,
you don't know who that is. You don't know who that is. It's Bones. You ever heard of Bones?
Nah, not offhand.
God damn it. He's part of, like, the SoundCloud era, but he was doing it since, like, 2012, I'd say. Well, he was, like, friends with people in Hollow Squad. You don't know what that is either, do you? Do you know?
Hollow Bones?
No, Sesh Hollow Water Boys.
Nah, look, as much as I love hip-hop, like, there's just gonna be, rabbit holes and caves that I'm just not gonna know about, you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I totally get you. He has, like, probably over 1,000 songs. He has so much fucking music. He drops, like, 3 albums a year. since he started.
There's a whole bunch of like respectable New York hip hop that I just haven't listened to that much of because
he's from Massachusetts.
Oh wow.
He's from Howell, Massachusetts, and he moved to California.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
No, but yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's get to the point. I was just gonna say about like, you know, I don't listen to like I'm sorry, I just don't listen to that much of like the Locks. You know, I just haven't heard that much. So there's like, it's respectable East Coast gangster rap, and I'm sure it's fine. You know, it's like Mobb Deep. It's like, look, I'm sure it's great. I'm a Surface fan of all of the songs that I've heard. You know, where it's like, oh yeah, I love all the songs and singles, but it just was like, I don't think I'm gonna get out of them what I get out of like a Wu-Tang Clan, where it's like you
could just listen to Jadakiss. I feel like.
Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Jadakiss is incredible and has a super interesting voice.
He really does. He sounds like a baby. Yeah. He sounds like a grown ass baby.
He sounds like if the ghost from the Mario games could rap. That's what he sounds.
He sounds like a kid in the coal mines from the 1800s.
Yeah, I'm mainly just thinking about his laugh though.
Oh my fucking god.
That was like his thing.
I remember hearing you do that at the end of the video, and I was just like, what is that from? I was like, is that really what he does? I couldn't fucking believe it.
People forget about the little ad-libs that rappers do. And it's like, oh yeah, he's super lyrical, all that, but then he kind of has that thing that he does.
My favorite ad-lib of anyone is Jeezy going, ha ha! That shit is amazing.
He's so owned that.
I know.
Carefree laugh.
Anytime like I read like haha, I hear him in my fucking head. Just ha ha.
You know what? I just love the fact that on Can't Tell Me Nothing by Kanye West.
I know. That's the only part they kept. That's the only fucking part they kept.
That's the apex of Young Jeezy's like relevance. Where it's like he's just so relevant. He's just showing up on other songs where he's not even rapping. He's just you know what I'm saying? I get money.
I got money.
Just like you should do.
Dude, I would pay the shit out of Young Jeezy to come on my track and be like, yeah, I got money. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. This guy's a fucking bum. I got the money.
No, I'd love to get him on a track just to have him react to the weird shit I'm saying. Just be like, wait, what? What the fuck does that mean?
Oh my fucking god. Cutting off his own ad-lib to be like, hold on. What the fuck? What? What the hell did you just say?
Dude, having Young Jeezy react to your song in the background, that would be incredible.
In the middle of that shit, like the whole shit, just you get a fake ass record scratch. What the fuck? Hey man, you gonna have to run that back. Go back, write something else.
What the fuck did that be?
And like you're sitting there explaining it, like, well, I thought it made sense. I thought it was pretty clear. I thought it was pretty face value. He's like, ha ha, no. I would put Bones. I'm gonna put Bones in the B tier because he has a really massive catalog. He's a great rapper. He's really consistent. He was in a group before, but yeah, his story is also just really interesting. And he got interviewed by Nardwuar. Can any of these other rappers say the same? R.A. the Rugged Man, no. Maybe LP. Idea, no. Eminem, no. A$AP Rock, I don't think so. Action Bronson, I don't think so.
Damn.
You know?
Damn. What's up with Nardwuar leaving out all the white rappers? What the fuck's going on? What's really going on?
Because he's tapped to the culture.
Yeah. He's interviewing Pharrell and shit.
Pharrell's a weirdo.
Nah, Pharrell's cool. He's down with the culture. Come on, yeah.
No, I'm not saying he isn't. I'm just saying he's a funny guy. Like,
fucking weirdo. Dude, we fucking love him, man. East Coast, East Coast that's not New York, you know what I'm saying? We fucking love him with the East. That Southern East Coast connection, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like if like you met him or whatever, he would try and like kick a bunch of knowledge and game to you or something like that. But I see him as such a silly guy, I wouldn't take any of it serious. I don't know why.
I would be like, because he's, an old man who still looks 32, but,
Yeah, he's like a kid at heart and stuff, so it's just like, I'll just be like, yeah, Pharrell, hell yeah.
I think you don't know what you'll get if you talk to him. I think you might get the philosophizing one. You might get the dude who wants to play fucking video games.
Yeah. You can get any number of things. He's a jack of all trades. He's a jack. What?
I think he's just living and he's blessed.
I agree. So this next guy here is Brother Ali.
No way that I'm sorry, yeah. I was just like, there's no way that weirdo is hanging out with fucking clips and shit without really having some dope shit that he was on, that even the gangster rappers in clips were like, yeah, no, but this is good though. I know he's a weird, he's bouncing off the walls, but this is good though. Right.
It's not like Jay-Z just using Kanye for beats or whatever when they first, actually were starting to link up. Freaking, this next guy though is Brother Ali. I've never heard anything from him, but I know he's on every list, so.
I'll put him in A tier for sure.
Okay, bet.
A tier for sure.
Underground legend then.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Maybe not S tier because it's like, it's that thing where as soon as you listen, like when you hear the big songs from someone, which are of course them at their best, you're like, oh wow, this is incredible. I can't wait to hear the album of this. And the albums definitely are really good, but they'll like veer into weird spots of being like, oh, this isn't quite what I thought this was. You know what I mean? Like this isn't quite the ability I thought it was good, but it's consistent enough that it's still enjoyable. So you still gotta give him his props. So I definitely say A tier.
Fuck yeah. So that's Brother Ali. Next guy was Bubba Sparks. I haven't heard anything but that New Booty song. I'll be honest.
And a shame. And that's a goddamn shame.
I know. Is he from Texas?
No, I think he's from Atlanta with Dungeon Family and them boys.
Oh, sick.
Because he was doing music with Sleepy Brown with the Back in the Mud Again. And I can see he went from fucking with Outkast and the Dungeon Family to doing, all right, we gotta sell some records. Let's do it. College Park, Bubba Sparks, booty. And I was like, no. Dude, when he first came out, he had 2 albums that I thought had some great fucking music from it. The fucking, and he wasn't doing too bad too. We did it's gonna get ugly in here.
But it just wasn't breaking out of the region.
Yeah. It was a damn shame because that shit was dope.
Sucks to be fucking region locked, man.
He was the respectable Paul Wall. He was like
Paul Wall's on the list.
Yeah, but like Paul Wall, like he's cool. Paul Wall is cool, but he's not impressing you.
I get you. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. But going back to Bubba Sparks, damn, it is a damn shame what happened to this dude. Because, like I said, for the first 2 albums, he was making really good shit. I've been traveling for some time. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds familiar. That sounds really familiar. Like you unlocked a memory or some shit.
With Timbaland.
Oh, fuck. If Timbaland was a part of it, then I don't know. You might have unlocked a memory. I might have heard it on the radio.
You probably heard it on MTV at the credits of some TV show they were playing. Because you know how MTV likes to play, like, in the early 2000s, they like to play, like, credits of some, slightly underground song. Like, there wasn't, like, a big hit, but, like, bubbling. Like, so that was the thing about Bubba Sparks. He was dope for some of his shit, and it was like, oh, he was in the pocket white boy. Like, okay, this guy. But that third album, man, we did the Miss New Booty.
How about C tier? How about C tier?
C tier for sure.
Fine.
You could have said B tier, but then he sold the fuck out.
I low key forgot to mention this though about Bones. He has this weird tendency. Because he's very versatile. He's made dance songs. He's made like indie acoustic songs. He has made obviously hard trap like metal songs where he's screaming. He makes songs where he's like singing and stuff like that.
Okay.
But more often than not, I would say 70% of the time you're gonna get. And the bars are good and the beats are great. Everything's really good. But it's just that comes on after a while it gets fucking boring.
You know what I feel? And again, let's talk about it. The genius, the jizza, one of the best rappers of all time. You can't deny him. But do you really want to listen to any of his albums after the first one?
Probably not. Probably not. I haven't heard anything after the first one.
And the reason why is because that first album was a fucking movie. It was action-packed. There's different shit going on. You got the RZA kind of working with them to sort of make this dynamic sort of thing. By the time you get to that sort of, oh, we don't want to work with RZA, you know, and, you know, he was having his own problems. But, like, when there's not really a lot of focus by the time you get to those late period albums, you can kind of feel a bit of the creative spark kind of lessening and it being like, okay, yeah, these lyrics are good, but it's the way I described it where it's like, you know, this house is very well made, but the paint job is so drab, it makes you not interested in it no matter what, you know what I mean? And it's like, good construction, but my eye is not drawn to it, my ear is not drawn to it, because it's like, you hear him rapping, and it's really impressive stuff, but he doesn't sound that impressed with it, so it's like, why should I, you know, like, it's that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I get it, you're in the pocket of what your job is, doing really dope lyrics, but like, I want to care, like, you know?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, I feel that. I definitely feel that. Just depending.
But we gotta get through these white rappers, so yeah.
Next guy is Diabolic, and I only know about him because of the video that you made about him. And I heard that song, and then I heard him with Immortal Technique. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's nice with it. You gotta put him on that S tier. Diabolic's nice with it.
Diabolic is really nice with it. I'm gonna put him in the A tier though.
Okay.
That's fair.
Why would you say?
Cause probably not many people know about him, and that region lock thing does have a lot to do with that. Like, he's an underground like legend for sure. You know what I mean?
And you could say, I'm sorry, I love lyrical tracks, but you gotta show some variation.
Yes.
You got to.
Exactly.
Like, I'm sorry.
That's why all the underground legends are going in the A tier, because they just haven't hit that bit of, you know, breaking the glass ceiling, you know.
Now, do we have Atmosphere on here?
Slug's on here, yeah.
Okay, so Slug, and then who else I want to make sure I didn't forget? We were talking about Brother Ali. No, I think that's the same person. Yes, Slug.
Okay.
Yeah, who else?
So, who's next?
Mm-hmm.
Fred Durst. He was big in my life when I was a kid, okay?
But he is a very limited rapper. He always sounds like a 13-year-old.
I know! It's like
just cracking for the first time.
He sounds like his mom just told him to go to bed with no supper, and now he's upstairs stomping around, really quietly yelling.
Here's the thing. He sounded incredible on that track with Method Man.
Bruh. That beat is insane. That beat is fucking crazy.
Method Man probably wrote up that shit, so it's like, oh, okay, when he's got you with good material, he's tolerable. But when he's making his own material, he's not. No. So, I'm saying...
It did not age well. That's...
Yeah.
I'm gonna... We could put him in the D.
Yeah,
for Durst.
Like, and that's the thing about him. It's like, if we're gonna take all the music... No, I'm not even gonna lie. There's some tunes. He's definitely got some
so
tunes.
He's not like shit or anything like that.
Yeah.
He's fine, but it didn't age well. And there's like very limited amount of songs. There's like very limited amount of songs from Limp Bizkit that you can play in public and not really feel embarrassed.
Yeah, and for the talent that Limp Bizkit was bringing versus the other gentlemen, you know, you would say the juice wasn't worth the squeeze in terms of how popular they were, you know?
Right, and even that track with Method Man, like, shut the fuck up, well, we back the fuck up, like, that,
Oh, we fucked this track up.
Yeah, right, you're, alright, just relax, Durst, okay? Yeah. You're gonna pop your fucking blood vessel.
Your fucking, take your red hat off and do that weirdly coiffed gray hair you got now.
Go date Britney Spears for a week.
How did that happen? Alright, whatever.
Anyway, she dated Kid Rock too, I'm pretty sure.
Man.
Didn't she end up with Kate? She ended up with a backup dancer. She didn't know what she was doing. That poor girl, bro. That poor girl was taking it. Yeah, she was taken advantage of since she was like a kid on the Mickey Mouse Club.
Good lord, man. You ever think about how young, like, you know what people say, like, I remember Andre 3000 was talking about, like, oh yeah, when I was 17, I basically got famous and kind of had an arrested development. That's kind of just what happens when you get famous and you don't really have want for anything after a while. You know, it's like, imagine that at fucking 11 and 12.
Hell
and
no,
you know?
bro. That would ruin my life. Can you imagine doing whatever you wanted at 11 years old? I would have been a fucking ninja.
Dude, that's insane. Thinking about, like, yeah, at such a young age on some Macaulay Culkin shit.
I know, right? I was super into, like, Halo and shit and fucking Call of Duty. What the fuck would I have been doing but drinking Mountain Dew and smoking weed? What the hell? I mean,
can I get famous? Can I make a job out of smoking weed and playing Call of Duty?
Talk to Wiz Khalifa.
It's called streaming.
Talk to Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
G-Eazy is the next man here. I just want to put his ass in the fucking F tier.
Dude, I don't know if he even deserves that. I don't know if he's bad enough to deserve that.
Did you see Did you see what levels there are here? Obviously,
what's above F?
There's S and F, right? There's S through F. But then there's a question mark, just in case we hadn't, like, really heard enough of their stuff to place them, just in case.
Yeah.
And then there's just at the bottom here, instead of a trash folder, it's a void. So, like, a play on words. So, like the darkness, a void, you know what I mean? And also to avoid these fucking rappers. So maybe we could just put them in the avoid category here. Just, you shouldn't listen to G-Eazy.
You don't, like, that's my thing, though. He's not bad enough for him to be insulted on the level of being avoided. He is just. That's why you're not even gonna feel anything. It's just gonna. Who was that rapper again? Oh, that was G. Okay.
Yeah, you know, he's inconsequential.
Yeah, and I don't think he deserves the honor of being like
avoided. No, yeah.
Wow, he's so low.
That's a level of notoriety in itself too.
Yeah,
like
right in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Right. All right. Now, so how about F tier?
Now, I'll tell you who deserves it. Wait, is there an E tier or something like that?
No, there's just the avoid one. That's that would be the E tier. That would be like the shittiest tier.
Wait, so is it S, A, B, C, D,
F?
Okay, so great. Put him in the D. Put him in D.
You sure?
Don't give him the honor of being disrespected enough to, because F means that it gets something out of you. It pulls something out of you.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Okay,
you know
Iggy. All right, Iggy Azalea's next. She's going in the F tier. She's going in the F tier immediately. Her accent that she puts on, racist. Racist as fuck. Man. You're from Australia. You're from Australia.
But here's the thing. I know why, though. I know why. It's
everyone knows.
If you come out with an accent, then you're a foreign rapper, right? Like, you're not an American rapper that people, you know, put on the sort
But her accent sounds like she's from, like, Atlanta or something. Like Chirac.
So
like, what?
Shit on purpose.
She sounds like she's on, like, that chick from Could Have Been House.
No, it sounds like Nicki Minaj's cousin. That's what it fucking sounds like.
It sounds like she was just around the city a lot.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Here's the thing.
And she's adopting a personality.
But here's the thing. I'm going to say this. If her shit was nice, you might be able to make it. But she's kind of doing it for the girls and da-da-da-da. But she's not even the community that usually goes up for, you know, hey, at least she's a female rapper doing anything. Nah.
That's why nobody has a problem with Bad Baby. I mean, people don't like her music, but no one's out here being like, yeah, that bitch is fake. You know what I mean? She is who she acts like.
Star, who gives a fuck? Yeah.
She is who she acts like, and that's what it is. It's just like that. But when you listen to Iggy Azalea in interviews, their Australian accent comes out, and it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just, it rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, but again, I've tried to listen to the music. I'm like, this is just Nicki Minaj light. You don't even.
It's not good. It's not good music.
Yeah.
It isn't.
I would put it in the F tier.
Yeah.
F tier. Yeah.
Jack Harlow is next.
I would say.
I would put him in D.
Yeah. You know, I'd argue for him. Put him in C.
Okay. He's got a couple songs.
I do think
Tyler Harrow is a good song.
Yes, when he first started out, I think he had some dope joints, and then he kind of floundered a little bit where he got the hit songs.
Yeah.
I'm JHCKEYABCDE, and I'm just gonna spell shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Me and a homie of mine made fun of that song.
Motherfucker, this ain't the early 90s. We're not fucking spelling and wasting half the goddamn verse on this shit.
No, yeah, we made the whole song about poop.
I'm P-O-O-P.
Yep, P-O-O-P-E-A-T-E-R-S. We fart like Mark West. It's crazy. Super dumb.
But nah, he definitely dropped the ball a couple times. I kind of been, can't even put you in that B, right in that C. Could come up if he had some more consistency.
Yeah.
But nah.
Yeah, that Jackman album was not it.
Yeah,
But we're going to talk about Clarence, our Clarence, that Clarence.
Clarence.
Clarice.
Ooh.
Kid Rock is next. The laugh says it all. I'll put him in the avoid category. Especially now. Especially now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially now.
How about
like that's just not even worth defending.
No,
like, if you
no.
just shut the fuck up, I could at least say, "Oh, Bob with the Bob, the dang, diggy, shut the boogie."
Oh,
You can't tell
the
me that
boogie.
shit didn't go up when that shit first came up.
It's
I was
great.
Like, oh, okay, it's references the old school shit, but bringing it in a new rock context. That's actually kind of cool. Like, you know, for as much as he got shit, I kind of went to bat for Kid Rock for a little while. I'm like, I get it, because again, it's that rockism thing that happened in the late 90s, early 2000s. New metal's not a respectable genre because it kind of sounds like rap, and that's bad.
Yeah.
Like, you know that was happening, right? And so with Kid Rock, it was like, it was that same sort of thing, except with a Kid Rock and a Limp Bizkit. It was a little bit more credible to say that, nah, but this shit is kind of bad.
For real. Kid Rock, and then that shit, that Osmosis Jones song. The Osmosis Jones song is fucking legendary.
There's some say that's statutory, but I see it's
mandatory. The only argument that I heard for that lyric, the only argument I heard was like, oh, it's a kid saying it.
Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. There's no way. There's no way.
That's not what they fucking meant.
That's one of the worst lyrics ever. That's one of the worst lyrics ever.
I just love that setup that I do with them. Young ladies, yeah, I like them underage.
Huh? Dude, yeah, bro, your timing, your comedic timing is fucking fantastic. We got next here, Lil Dickward.
Okay, here's my thing. I think because he's a comedian and actually is more into like comedy.
I wouldn't consider him a comedian. He didn't start doing stand-up and then make music.
No, but his intentions as an artist is to be more comedic and silly. And so, like, I want to give respect to that in a certain sense of, like, yeah, I get it.
If that's the case, then why is he going on Sway doing the 5 Fingers of Death completely serious?
But here's my thing. If the rhymes are dope, it doesn't matter. My problem with him is that, like, he's too up his own ass with the jokes. Like, I get it, you've got a small dick and you're white. I fucking get it.
That's true.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It is one. He's gimmick. He's a gimmick.
His answer to the how do you handle being a white rapper in the modern age is just to so poke fun at itself that it just implodes on itself. I'm like, dude, this isn't even cool to listen to now, though. Like,
it's crazy. It's like you thought you heard a Topic song, not until Lil Dicky did one. He milks the shit out of it until it's not funny anymore.
Yes. Because but here's the thing. I think there are certain songs where he did that and that kind of worked, like the sort of professional rapper with Snoop Dogg. Like,
that's his best song, and the other one, Russell Westbrook on a farm or something. I can't remember.
I like the one that was about his brain, and he was like on a date with a girl. I think that was his best
Pillow
one,
Talking. Pillow Talking.
Yeah,
that was a good
like,
one. I like that. I think that's funny because it goes on for so long. That's part of the joke.
But then listening to his albums, it so gets tired. Where he's like, I'm just so hyper aware that I'm a white guy, but I'm doing this black voice and it's isn't it really awkward.
You know what it is. You know what it is. he insists upon himself.
Yeah. What would you put him as? Say D tier?
Yeah, D for Dickie.
Exactly.
Next, we have Gus. I can't pronounce that. It's Polish. He's a Little Peep. See,
that was the other white rapper. I knew there was another one.
Dude, my list is definitive, bro. That's why it's called the definitive list. These are influential fucks. All of them.
Lil Bo Peep. Wait. Is he the one that died? Because I feel like
he did. He overdosed. Yeah.
And of course, that has to be the one with the silliest sounding name, Lil Peep.
That's what his mom called him when he was a kid.
Okay. Well, see, they can't even get mad at me then. It was supposed to be
it's
like
adorable. No, yeah, it's really cute. He's cute. You know what I mean? Like, he's adorable. But very sad story. But yeah, he's adorable.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. I know it. I know he's one of those guys that you want to laugh at first, and then as soon as you find out a little bit of his story, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. He's just, I don't know. He's like always in character, which is interesting to me because like he's like a Kurt Cobain of his time. The way he acted and stuff. Like if you watch his interviews, it's just like, I don't care. You know, you see it in his eyes. He just doesn't care, but he's in character right then. You know what I mean? It's weird. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think I get, the gist of what he would be like, but that is not necessarily good music make. But that said, I have not listened to that much of it, so I don't because like he might be on some, fourth wall breaking, self-aware white boy shit, but I just haven't heard the specifics to be able to judge myself, so I can't say.
Only thing I heard about him was in the studio when they would play the beat, he would just like be like, okay, just keep it going. He would go sit down, mumble to himself, like write down stuff, and then go in the booth and spit the songs that ended up making like, super big like hits and stuff. He has a lot of songs I like, and a lot of songs that are just grating on the ears.
See, as you're saying that, and again, you can do that. Like everybody wants to be Lil Wayne. Everybody wants to be the guy who I didn't even need to actually try. I just listened to it a little while, and then I was able to do it. And it's like, clearly that gives you very varying results.
It works sometimes, and I'm glad we have those songs. But to do it every single time, I can't really call you like a really deep artist. But he does have a lot of different vibes going for his songs. Not like he's making, dance pop, but he had mostly guitar on one of his albums. Like specifically, like every beat had a lot of heavy, weird guitars and trap drums. Like he was going for a theme,
I feel that, but you can feel the looseness after a while. You can feel is this plane landing anywhere? Were you just you just recorded a bunch of shit and you're kind of expecting your editor to cobble together the best of it? Is that what's happening right now?
Yeah, it's all the fucking editor and the engineer.
And again, we need to give some more love to these motherfuckers then.
I know, they get paid though. Trust me, they get paid by the hour. They're doing great. True. That's why they do it. They go to college and then they immediately get a job somewhere,
in the way that people are like, have figured out the way production works with that. I kind of want to do that with rapping because I feel like rap is still a wild west in terms of, codifying the technique of rapping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's still motherfuckers just think, well, if you can do it, you can do it. No, fuck that. There's actually ways to do it. And if you can intuit how to do something and kind of figure out anyone can intuit how to do any sort of job to a certain degree, right? Like if you figure out what the mechanics of the thing are and you can do it. But like, again, what do we run into? Motherfuckers running in circles, doing the same shit, because after a while they don't have the discipline and the training to really like push outside of the box.
Or they don't have anyone around them that has like the actual natural like talent to be like, no, I think that this, like the ear for what's good. Like that's a hard thing to come by.
That's what you need. You really do need. I'm not saying I want to run a record label. You know what? Actually, maybe I am. In my old age, I think I would want to run a record label and have it just be some Rick Rubin shit.
Hey, bro, sign me first. Sign me first.
We get the funds going for that type of shit, man. I definitely love, because it's like, it's not hard to just be like, I think we're just full of too many yes men. I think.
Hey, you want to know something cool? A friend of mine just started a record label in my city, like just using crowdfunding. Like I think It took like $100 from like a few people, but he has like other people, you know, he has a team, and he's been doing stuff for like years around the city, making beats and stuff. But yeah, he just got like a record label up and running, and I'm really proud of him for it.
But in terms of rapping, you know, like in terms of production, someone will tell you, oh, you gotta have the EQ, you gotta have this, you gotta do this in order to understand the blah, 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 blah. But in terms of rapping, what do we really say to people? We just say, oh man, that just don't sound good.
Yeah, that's about it. That's all I used to get when I would want like critiques from my friends, or I'd show them music.
Exactly. So you know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, I've been making music since 2015.
Yeah, there's an art, and you know the ivory towers are kind of up their own ass, and they go, no, you have to give hundreds of thousands of dollars in order to have to blah, blah, blah. No, but it's just there are techniques that yes are definitely intuitive if you know how to intuit it.
It's that, and it's like the bigger your team is, obviously the better your chances are. And I've met people that write for, you know, big artists that like they're just ghostwriting, and they get paid per song, so they're ghostwriting all the time. I literally sat in the basement of a studio at my buddy's old house when he had a house, and this dude named Chief, he was like getting info on some like country girl artist or something, or maybe I don't know, it was a girl rapper or something like that, but she was from down south, and they're like, all right, here's this beat, give us some sort of, you know, idea for this song. So it was the first like ghost draft of what could have been, I don't know, a pop song later down the line if they just kept rehashing it, sending it to different ghostwriters and tweaking it. It was a weird process to watch.
But here's my thing, I don't give a like, I'm sorry, the only reason why I care to the extent of like a rapper who's rapping his own shit is to the extent of being able to say, okay, these are the best artists who are able to like be their own man and put something together. But there is absolutely room for someone who's the rapper, singer, songwriter guy, and the person who, hey, we got a team of people come together and came up with the best ideas from everybody. To like, I don't, you know, when people do that thing of going like, no, if you had ghostwriters, that's not respectable. And it's like, no, as long as you're not acting like you're the best rapper alive, you know, and just kind of going like, hey, look, we just want to make good music. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
I don't think I can do it all myself. Yo, that guy puts that piece of the puzzle together. That guy puts this piece of the puzzle together. I don't think that's a problem in and of itself. It's when you act like you're Drake and you're the best rapper alive, but then you find a bunch of rap tracks.
Oh my God, dude! This
wait a minute.
This guy Dupley has a video of like the worst freestyles, and Drake is on there, and in the middle he has this skit with the editing that he's doing on the video where it's like it makes it look like Drake's texting his ghostwriter for more bars in the middle of this fucking radio freestyle. And,
oh, you mean the Blackberry freestyle?
Yeah, yes. Oh my God, so fucking funny. But where do you think we should place Lil Peep? Like, he's got good songs, a lot of songs, and he came out the SoundCloud era, passed away.
I just haven't heard him, so I don't want to,
You know, I'll put him in the C tier for both of us.
Okay.
I'll put him in the C tier. He's noteworthy.
From what I've heard, yeah, he sounds like, not awful, but probably not especially exciting if you're listening to a full project.
The emo rap, like, wouldn't be the same, like, without him.
Yeah, that whole lane, yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't have a Kid Laroi, wouldn't have so many people. Next is Macklemore.
Okay, so this is an interesting one, because, again, I think he's someone who, like, respects the roots of hip-hop. I think it's all that sort of thing. But I can't lie, when I listen to his music,
he's got a lot of white guilt.
It's not even that. It's just the songs feel so melodramatic after a certain point.
That's a good word. That's a good word for it.
This is a message rap song, you know what I mean?
Message after message.
And here's the thing. I don't even think the songs that people talk about, being the message of the worst with the ones that people point out, like Same Love. No, I don't think that's where it gets bad, because honestly, I feel like songs like that's like, hey, we need... That
song, when that first came out, I remember watching that video, and that song made me cry. And I was like young, I was like in middle school. And I was like, damn, that's crazy.
We're introducing young people. Like you said, you're in middle school, and here's a rapper willing to say, hey, how the hip hop culture in this modern age is just online, and we're just kind of talking shit. It's like kind of not cool for us to just say that like that. Like,
right. Shout out to Kanye too for saying that, like, way back when.
Oh, yeah, in the early 2000s. Yeah, before he kind of went off the deep end. Yeah, but yeah, so like there is utility in what he was doing. I just feel like the worst song for me was the Wings song. I run fly, can you take me far away?
What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? What song is that?
It was because this was before he really blew up. I remember this happening.
Oh no.
Before he really blew up, there was the Wings song, and it was the song that was about, and a lot of people were giving him heat for it because, oh, here's a song that's about buying shoes when he was a kid and how they were considered so important. But then, you know, one of his friends got killed for his shoes. You know, one of my friends got killed for his sports. Whoa. It was just so like, all right. Like,
that does sound melodramatic.
Yeah, it's so melodramatic. It's so after school rap that it's like, okay, all right, I get what you're doing. And again, having that hook that went on for so long, and I'll go so far that my feet won't touch the ground, and we got the kids choir to really ring out the emotions.
Oh my God, right. He's doing the most. You know what it is. Like, you know what it is. Yeah. He insists upon himself.
Exactly. He insists upon himself. Let the art speak for itself. Stop doing this sort of, isn't this so important, you guys? And I think it was like the White Privilege song, White Privilege 2.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I rocked with the message, but 8 minutes, you can, come on, brevity is the soul of wit, my guy. Like...
It's like I'm not racist, but like the opposite. It's the other side of the coin. It's like, no, trust me, guys, I'm not racist.
And it's like, here's the thing about the white ally thing. It's like, do what you do, let people know what the deal is, and keep it fucking pushing.
What did Bo Burnham say? What did Bo Burnham say in that song about the world? You remember that part when he's like, what is it with you rich fucking white people always trying to do stuff for your self-gratification? If you're with it, get with it. If not, then get out of the fucking way. Coming from a sock puppet.
Yeah, no, for real. I remember that. No, but for real, it's like, and there's an element of performativity because it's like, well, I'm an awkward guy, so let me just make it extra super clear that I'm a good guy. And it's like, look, dude, your actions will bear out no matter what. If you're cool, let people know what the deal is and keep it rocking. Like, I was cool with him, you know what I'm saying? Doing we did the track with the Macklemore, the downtown joint, right? That's how you know it's like, this guy fucks with the genre because he's willing to throw it back to the original. You don't need to make a whole fucking statement about like we ripped off black artists and no.
Yeah, the Grammy thing too, the Grammy thing.
Yeah, that's what was the big thing when he's like, now here's the thing. He apologized to Kendrick. He's like, and Drake was like, well, how come you didn't apologize to me? Shut up, man. You know you're not as good as Kendrick. Shut up.
Should have just said it in the moment. Should have just given the award to him in the moment. What the fuck?
Yeah, right.
What?
But I don't think he was expecting that thing to blow up is the thing. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, if like you thought about it so hard, why didn't you think about it when it mattered?
Yeah, it would have been a better moment. It would have been a better moment.
It would have been fucking beautiful.
But like I said, I think his heart's in the right place.
I know.
So like, I don't want to sit on it too much. But again, when it comes down to the enjoyability of the music, I can't not act like I'm feeling the bit of the soap opera. I'm feeling the bit of the after school special.
For sure. How about C?
This is a real monster here.
How about C tier? How about C tier?
Yeah, it sucks, and I want to put him at B tier because, like I said, when a person's heart is in the right place, you want to give him more leeway. But I can't act like I'm not hearing what I'm hearing when it comes to like. And then, like I said, he'll do shit like Marvel with Lil Yachty and White Walls, where it's like, oh, okay, this is you trying to really have fun, and this is nowhere near, you know, fucking what? What's that song?
Thrift Shop.
Thrift Shop, man. Thrift Shop.
Thrift Shop was a moment. It was a moment.
Yeah. Because that was before Same Love. I think it's funny. People would try to be like, oh, Same Love, he's just trying to capitalize off of the progressiveness of the moment. It's like, nah, dude, he didn't need to do that. He could have just been the white boy who does the silly song.
Exactly. Everyone would have ate it up. He would have been the first little Dickie. Right.
But the fact that he didn't do that, and he's like, no, I want to make... So that's the thing. It's like, you know, I can't say that he's fronting when he's making the music that he's making. He genuinely, you know, is about this and loves it. I just have to be a human being who has ears when I hear some of the music and be like, this is a little little too saccharine, a little too overplayed. And then, like I said, you do the silly shit like Marmalade and shit like that, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck are we even here for? Because this is not hitting for me. The White Walls song, that was not hitting for me. You know, yeah.
Yeah. Next is Mac Miller.
Now, Mac Miller was nice. It was a thing. Like he was a white boy right in the pocket. And
yeah, it was a perfect time, and we watched him grow.
Yeah, and that's what I will say. I think he was in the pocket, but better than a Paul Wall. Like,
yeah, he used like the internet and stuff to his like advantage too. Like, let's not forget, he had a lot of music videos.
Basic level, he was nice on the mic.
Great beats too. Great beat selection. Great beat selection.
So you know what? I'm gonna put him on. Let's say B tier.
Why B?
Because I don't think he made. Feel free to contend with me on this. All right, let's get contentious.
Oh yeah,
okay?
let your feelings out.
I don't think he's made important music.
I kind of agree. Re-listening to some of his things, the lyrics are like full of. The lyrics are just full of imagery, and maybe metaphors or something.
But I don't think, and again, I say B tier because that's not like insulting, right? That's like
no.
solid.
You're right. It's fine. It's fine. But like,
I just don't think
people. It's I think it's nostalgia goggles, you know.
Right, that he died early. He was dating Ariana Grande, and that kind of gave him a bit of a bump in terms of the sort of like mainstream representation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, more credit to him for being self-produced, which is cool. But he didn't do it all the time, you know. I think his best album is Faces, still, and that's a mixtape, you know. And that came out what 2015.
I was a big Surface fan of him, where like every single I remember like being like, oh yeah, that's good. Oh, that's
yeah,
good.
he was very versatile too.
Yeah, but when we listened to, I think Blue Slide Park, I remember really liking. But
oh yeah, I like Miss Calls. Miss Calls was a good song.
Yeah, but Good Morning, I remember feeling a little like, this is okay. This is fine. Yeah. I'm not sure, why he's getting so much like, but again, it's the white boy rapper bump where it's like, this is actually consistently good white rapper. Of course, all the white guys are gonna be behind him.
Yeah. You champion the one white guy that can play basketball and stuff.
Exactly. He was Jack Harlow wishes he was fucking Mac Miller. Mac Miller.
Damn.
Man, there were too many M rapper names around this time. Mac Miller, Macklemore.
I know, right? God damn. Return of the Mac. Yeah, that was dumb. Where should we put him? You think B? I was gonna say A, but when I re-listen to his stuff, I'm like, man, these lyrics like aren't exactly hitting as hard as I thought they would.
It's good for the time. It's good for that's what I mean. It's in the pocket. It's good for that time.
Man, people are gonna be pissed about that.
Look, let the record show. Hey, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not saying he's whack.
No.
I'm just saying it's like, again, we're talking. We're splitting the hairs.
Is he a better rapper than Diabolic? No. Nah.
Not lying.
Nah. All right. Next is MC Search.
Okay.
From Third Base.
What? We're not including the other guy?
I don't know who the other guy is.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna act like I remember who he is either. Hold on, let me.
We should just put him in the question mark category.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Third Base was a dope group, and they were the original showing white rappers how to do it
properly.
Because Beastie Boys didn't need to do it right because they were going to be huge no matter what.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Now they came into their own in terms of like, hey, we're doing this sound, and then they were kind of like the hip hop David Bowie in that way of like, no, we're just doing different things our way, and people kind of found a respect on that front.
Yeah.
But Third Base was like strictly hip hop. MC Search, Pete Nice, that was the other dude. Pete Nice.
All I know about Third Base is they helped put Nas and MF Doom on, and without both of them, I don't even know where we would be.
Absolutely. See, that's my thing. So
he should probably go in A tier.
Slow your roll, T. just because they were, prolific and putting people on, that don't necessarily mean the music was that great.
Yeah, I don't like the song Gas Face. I don't like it.
See, I do, and I'm cool with it, and I also like the kick him in the grill, or back to the grill again, where he kind of did his solo joint, and then was also putting on a whole bunch of, black rappers from the time. That was the deal of like, I'm the white guy, and I know because I'm white, people are gonna fuck with me more, so I'm gonna actively try to put on black artists. Respect that, but his stuff was sort of like, oh, this is, again, it's in the pocket at the time sort of rap. Where it's like, oh, I put him in the B tier. It's like, yeah, this is good. Fuck yeah.
Hey, can I just say that I love that we're doing. Hey, can I just say that I love that we're doing this? This is awesome. I love my life.
We need this.
Yeah,
we needed this right now.
We needed this.
So many people are just clowning on white rappers. All white rappers are all the same. No, sir. There's levels to this shit.
No, I feel you.
There's levels to this shit, player. Tiramisu, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like a wedding. It's like a wedding cake.
Yeah.
Okay, so next is MGK. F?
F, yeah.
Alright, next is NF. D?
C.
D?
D.
C?
C.
C?
I don't think he's that bad. I just don't think he's that good.
I would put him in the D. He's saying a whole lot of nothing. Those beats are fucking...
You're right, though. That is
fucking insane. That's melodrama. That's melodrama.
I think I have another. Yo, you're so right. It's that Macklemore melodramatic.
He's Macklemore light. He's Macklemore light.
Yes, I'm using so many words to say something that's not even really that impressive. It's like, oh. So it's that 2010s lyrical miracle shit.
You know what it is? You know what it is?
Rap critics, you're supposed to like that, but it's like, no, there still needs to be substance in it. It still needs to actually be leading somewhere,
You know what it is?
Yeah.
It insists upon itself.
Look, if the shoe fits, you understand?
You know what's so funny is I had no idea what the fuck that meant when I first heard it on Family Guy. But as time has gone on, I don't know how it just made more and more sense.
Yes, I remember hearing that. Lois, it insists upon itself. I mean, like, okay, that just sounds like something a dumb guy says when they don't understand something, like, oh, this being so smart. But
No. You know where that came from? You know where that came from? I had to look it up, but Seth MacFarlane said that came from one of his professors talking about the movie The Sound of Music, and that he didn't like it because it insisted upon itself, and he had no idea what that meant. So he
what
just...
is The Sound of Music?
It's something that just carries on. I don't know. You can say it about so many things.
No. Because The Sound of Music is not pretentious. It is so of a 50s musical. It's the 50s musicalist of 50s musicals.
Yeah, everyone was doing it.
A nun who finds this, does work for this guy, and then but the Nazis are involved because we just got out of World War II, so that's kind of on people's brain.
It's not the only
The Godfather insists upon itself with the really long language scenes that are kind of like...
You know what insists upon itself in The Godfather?
Yeah.
Marlon Brando. That's the only thing that insists upon itself. So and he's in the movie a lot. He's like, anyway, and The Sound of Music, the music is what insists upon itself, the singer. How good she is at singing. That is what is insisting upon itself.
It never felt pretentious to me that, like, aren't you supposed to respect it? No, it felt like a fun, flighty story that goes on for a while because it's an old movie.
It is a long movie. The weird, like, 4th and 5th and 6th acts of that movie are fucking what?
But every Marlon Brando movie after, the 70s, those insist on themselves.
It's just
Dr.
him.
Moreau,
it's just him.
It insists on itself so fucking hard,
Apocalypse Now.
You could say that was the edge. That was the edge of his movies insisting
That was an expensive fucking movie. Did you see the behind the scenes blooper where he swallowed a bug?
Oh my god!
He was doing one of those long ass. Huh?
The fact that they didn't include that feels like such a loss.
I know, just the fact that it's out there though. It's on YouTube. You can find it. You can hear him like, yeah. I put it in a song of mine. I can't remember which one, but it was right before the drop. He's like, I swallowed a bug. It was during one of those long ass, like hour-long takes he goes on, like the diatribe, whatever, and then it's just like, you just hear his fucking, you hear him swallow it. It's so clear. It's so fucking stupid. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. It's so fucking funny though. Marlon Brando swallowing a bug on the set of Apocalypse Now. It's great. You can't make that shit up. You can't get it again either. He was talking about something really important too. I can't remember what it was. And it just threw off the entire vibe. I don't know if they how long did they have to reset? You know what I mean?
That looks like it's part of it. The way he's reacting so strongly.
Oh my god, he's a funny fucking guy. He's insane, bro. He's fucking crazy. I couldn't even imagine meeting a guy like so confident. I don't need to read this script. I'll just fucking wing it every time.
Holy shit. How do you go from the movies that he was in to the movies that he became known for?
Oh my god.
Because the early movies were like, yeah, musicals, 50s movies.
It was like Elvis. Like you're watching Elvis. And as an actor, like he just got bigger and bigger and like sadder and just more unhappy. Oh my god, it was just sad. It was sad to watch. You know?
Alright,
next is Paul Wall.
Okay.
Put him in the D. I don't know.
Solid C.
Yeah, I agree. I like that he's doing a lot now. He's. You ever heard of that Mexican OT?
Uh-huh.
He does like, you know, raps, but he always goes in between saying R words. But he was on a song with.
I think MC Hammer used to do. He did that too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's just to sound like you're speed rapping when you're not.
I think it's just interesting that you can do it if it sounds like fluid and smooth. I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
It makes it. Yeah. Have you ever heard a Bipple Yip Snip?
I know you're just making up shit now.
Hey, bro. I wanted to laugh so hard. I heard myself say it out loud. I couldn't believe how fucking dumb it sounded.
I feel like you just did an incantation on me or some shit.
Now hold up. I can look up a video of him really quick.
Fucking Mixoplex? What the fuck?
I'm not kidding. I'm about to just play you audio of how this guy talks. He made up his own language or something.
Is he a rapper?
Yes. Listen to this.
Smell the king, yeah, cake your melons, dude. And start playing my manatees. And brush your food now, minging's good. Cause I'm tired your shit smell like Britney poo. You say Merriman? I'm tired your shit smell like Hashaba. You say Merriman? I'm tired your shit smell like Smiggly Bowl. Up girls. Ups. Good, stop playing me, manatee.
Can you believe it?
I kind of can, because it sounds like someone who is like, well, I'm freestyling and I couldn't quite find the words, but fuck it. You know what? That's the style. The style is that I can't quite find the words. And again, it feels like to someone who's, hearing something like, oh, it's cool that they're doing the thing, hey, it's cool. But to someone who's like, oh, I know what it's like to like try to like come up with shit and you can't, and you just like, this feels like the sort of, fuck it. You know what? The half getting there is the thing that I'm gonna do. Actually, yeah. You know what? Fuck it. You know what I mean?
I just love how it sounds. Hearing him talk like that, I'm just like, I wanna follow along and learn. You know? I feel like I can.
Did he actually come up with the languages, or is he just saying it however it comes out?
He is on this show that Drewski hosts. What is it? Could Have Been House, and he was on the phone with someone that also talked like that, and them going back and forth. I have no idea how to explain how it made me feel, but I was the one that felt stupid for not knowing.
What's up, Jickle? Fuck with T now. I'm gonna fuck with you. What's going on with the trickle you?
I'm fucking now for kiss the council. We on for my now is my
Yeah, I'm on a showman you. On a fuck with Tang with Drew Nang. On a you. What the f*** your knack? A patient on the Usmao Smiggle Mac on the Dang. On a fuck with now you.
Yeah, you on fuck on the ass, but it's my jiggle fuck on the man. The color is my child fuck on now.
Okay, you chilling in the crib, you. You chilling with the fuck with Dang. What's going on with baby Q now? Nisman Smith, my Smiggle you Dang, but
yeah, on fuck on now on your is my child.
Okay, well that's its own thing.
Yeah,
I don't think you can judge that. That's just its own.
I mean, I'm just impressed.
They're not using English words. I don't know how I'm supposed to take what they're saying other than abstract cloud rap shit. You know what I mean? Like,
No, yeah, but that's how he raps. I'm not joking. That's how he raps. It's crazy. But next we have a Riff Raff.
Hey, Void. Nah, we're not doing this.
Can we just put him? Can we put him in the F tier? He is funny.
Sure.
Okay. I'll take that.
I can't sanction this buffoonery.
I'm sorry. I don't think that he should be straight up avoided. I think he's funny if you listen to him, and you don't have to take him serious. That's the whole point. Is you're not supposed to.
It's I'm not trying on purpose, and that's the point.
No. He is in character too. He's in character fully.
Yeah.
At all times.
In my Jordans, like
Yeah. Glow in the dark shark.
Childish Gambino did a song with him and did not ever do another full song with Chance the Rapper. It pisses me off so much. Maybe that's partially what's kind of annoying me. It's like, oh, but you had time to do a fucking song with this guy, huh?
Because Childish Gambino is like one of those guys that really does whatever the fuck he wants at any time.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
It's that old dirty bastard energy where you're like, I like you. I just wish there was a little bit more discipline going on here because I feel like you can make a lot better shit.
Right.
Stop fucking around.
Stepping into Mariah Carey's studio, just falling asleep.
Oh my god. Even his latest, well, we're talking about old dirty bastard, but apparently there was something about him. I saw the story about how he in order to record that verse, he basically wasn't even interested in doing it. He's like, no, whatever. It's like, but it's Mariah Carey. We're making money off of this. He's like, yeah, sure, fine.
No, he's like, give me $15,000. And they were like, okay. And then we're like, hey, can you come be in the music video? And he was like, give me another $15,000. And then they were like, okay. And then he showed up in jeans and no shirt. And then he was like, take me to get some outfits. And they were like, okay. And then he bought all that stuff. And then, oh no, wait, I got that flipped. He said, let me buy some outfits. Then they bought him outfits. And then he showed up to the music video shoot in jeans and no shirt.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And then to record the verse, he was just like, he recorded one line at a time. And
it was just ad-libs.
20 minutes between each bit. It's like, yeah, that's about what it sounds like. Yeah.
Incredible. I love him. He's a legend.
But with the Childish Gambino, it's like, I get that same feeling of just, I don't know, this just isn't quite where you think it should be. I feel like ever since, because of the internet, I've always felt like his albums and projects feel, except for Atlanta.
I like Atlanta. I didn't see the last season though. I didn't feel like I had to watch it. The names made me think that it insisted upon itself. The names of each episode and the description of each episode.
Yeah, I've gone through the first 2 seasons, so maybe I need to check that out. But you know what I mean in terms of
Yeah.
I think Camp was a solid enough album that had a really interesting.
It was a good debut. Yeah,
and it had a really cool cap off to it of here's a story about how I
never got off the bus.
Yeah, I kind of remained immature because of that, and it's a sort of fourth wall breaking. I don't know if I'm a mature person because I'm still dealing with, the way that this person who exploited my vulnerabilities made me feel. Oh, damn, that's some, dissecting toxic masculinity shit. Like, yo, this is fucking dope. And then when the next album was like, but anyways, I got off the bus and now I'm on because of the internet. I'm like, oh, what?
The boy, aliens and stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was a metaphor, and
yeah, he could have kind of went anywhere with the idea. I don't know. I think he made it to just troll people. Like it's a troll album at the end of the day. Like it doesn't mean anything or anything.
It's a troll to the extent that trolls don't really have a plan. Sure, but
it's just to piss you off, and it only pissed off the people that were searching for any hidden meaning.
See, but my thing about it is, I think that's thinking too deep about it. I don't think he did. I'm gonna create an album, and I totally have a full idea, but I'm just gonna not give you the whole idea because I want to. No,
he had a screenplay. He had a screenplay and connecting videos and stuff.
No, but that was an unfinished fucking screenplay too.
Yeah, I know. That's the whole point. That's the point he wants to make.
But I don't think, I think that is giving him too much credit. I think he is a creative person that gave up halfway through the creative thing he was working on and said,
that's fair. That could have been the case. That could have been the case. It sounds like it.
Because I don't think there's a sort of, oops, I had an idea, but then I just decided to fuck with you. No, I think it was, I had an idea, and it would be more rewarding to just meet people down these halfway paths and make them come up with the story rather than actually have to do it myself.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true. It's hard to find something with a good conclusion enough to go back to it and stuff. And music is one of those things people do want to, re-listen to over and over. And when you have so many elements going for one album, it seems like it probably overwhelmed him at some point. And yeah, he probably was just like, you know what? This album's trolling me, and now I have to do the same to my audience.
Maybe.
Anyway, Ritz is up next. I've never heard a thing from him.
I've heard a couple of things from him. He's nice, but he's on the Tech Nine.
Oh yeah, Strange Music.
Label.
Strange Music.
Yeah, and it's a sort of like highly technical, but I don't know if that necessarily good music makes. Yeah,
I don't know.
Same thing with Tech Nine, where it's like, I love Tech Nine. I think Tech Nine is one of the greatest rappers of all time.
He's amazing.
But I completely understand that not everyone wants to listen to him because sometimes it's a little overwriting. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of overwriting going on.
Because you have to when you're speed rapping.
But here's the thing, like Eminem, like I said, I always say the first 3 Eminem albums I feel like are some of the best lyricism because it's like it didn't sacrifice anything for the lyricism. It still had the sing-songy quality. It still told you something that you wanted to listen to. It still had the fun punchlines. It still had all of that while having the complex lyricism. It balanced those things. And I feel like a lot of people, they fall into one category over another, and it ends up, really unbalanced in how the music ultimately comes out. And I think, his music is essentially that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally. I agree. At least Eminem figured it out. I'm not sure about Ritz, though. Should we put him in the question mark lane?
I think question mark, because I've heard a couple of songs, but...
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
From what I heard, it feels like, I'm sure everyone on Tech Nine's label is, competent rappers, but I'm not sure if I want to listen to specifically anyone's album outside of Chris Calico. Chris Calico sounds like a fun dude that I'd want to listen to more of.
Hell yeah.
But, yeah.
Next up... What were you going to say?
No, nothing for it.
Okay. Next up's Ruby the Cherry. He's one half of Suicide Boys.
Oh, yeah, I've listened to Suicide Boys. I think they're cool enough.
Did you hear their new album?
What's it called?
Thy Kingdom Come.
I know I've heard there's something recent, but
it came out like last month, I think. Or
nah, I haven't heard this.
Listen to it, bro. Just listen to it. That's like one of their best albums in a long time. Trust me.
I am fine with them. I think they have a cool sound, and I like whenever I listen to a track, I like it. But I have a problem with listening to their albums, and I'm sorry. It's just because, I just gotta say it, I'm really uncomfortable with their suicidal ideation, where it's like, isn't it so cool that we just want to kill ourselves? Yeah, it's like, dude, there's kids listening to, I hate to feel kind of thinking the children, but it's like, this is shit where it's for, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's more reaffirming for anyone that actually feels that way, more often than not.
Maybe. I'm someone who does not feel that way, and it feels to me as if it's like, oh, are you trying to make this shit cool and make it okay?
You know how death metal always talks about murdering people and stuff?
Yeah,
It's like that. It's like therapeutic for people that really feel, I don't know, dejected and stuff from the world.
Yeah, and it's like maybe that's what, you know, that's what it does for that, you know, like in the same way that like Korn's music, you know, they bring up a whole bunch of shit about rape and stuff like that, and you're like, oh, all right, this is a little melodramatic, but then you're like, oh, they've actually been through some shit. I think Korn speaks to what a lot of white kids in, like, especially like, oh, you're white, you're in the suburbs, you can't have any problems, you can't have any struggles. Like, I think that does a disservice to what, you know.
No, but like no one's saying, here's the big difference, right? When people do say that white kids don't have those problems, they're talking, they are speaking in generalities, but what they're talking about more, what I've seen is like when white kids trying to indoctrinate themselves into a culture they know nothing about, and so people are pushing back, being like, you don't understand the struggle that you're trying to adopt as your own.
Right.
And so that sort of thing is like what I've noticed. Like when you talk to private school kids, like they're all doing pills and drinking lean and stuff because they listen to Future. It's like, it's absolutely insane. It's just like, you're not actually living this life. You're putting yourself in this predicament because you think it's cool.
But when I hear shit like, you know, Eminem growing up on that shit, it was like, oh yeah, I'm in the fucking trailer park and my mom doesn't give a fuck about me and I'm having to deal with all this bullshit and da-da-da. It's like, oh, right, white people struggle too. There's poor white people that go through bullshit too. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, it's just about what the story is. And here's the thing, you know, those white kids that are like, oh, they don't have any real problems, but they're sipping lean and they're scared. You know, you could say there's a problem there too, right? Of like this sort of like the, what do you call it? The sort of listlessness of not really having any purpose, and, you know, living in a world that says, oh, this is what a perfect world is, and yet you still feel no purpose in your life. You still feel as if, you know, nothing fucking matters, and why should I actually care to do anything? Because, like, there is a mental struggle there that is valid, I do believe, in the same way that, you know, people say like, oh, Drake, you didn't have any struggles. You didn't really start from the bottom. Started with all these advantages, but I argue that's like, there's probably still, I think everyone has certain struggles. They're just magnified when you're poorer, but everyone has a certain type of struggle that they're dealing with. I just think Drake, in order to be the cool guy, he just wanted to, you know, cosplay having struggles without actually having to sacrifice the vulnerability to really talk about what those mental struggles are.
That's why his shit's so vague. That's why all of his come-up stories are so vague. We started from the bottom, now we're here. You know?
Yeah, I hated that song because I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, what happened in between, you know, the bottom and here? What happened? Doesn't get specific at all.
And also, it's like, you didn't start from the bottom because you did have help. You were undergraduate and all this shit. You had a mom that was middle class and all this shit. So it's like, that's just not true. That's just not a truth.
For real.
But anyway.
Yeah, Ruby to Cherry. I don't know. You've heard their songs a little bit.
Yeah, I've heard some of the music, and like I said, I think it's fine. I think it's I would probably put them in, you know, C tier, and you could argue for B tier, but for me, I just feel like it feels a little too much of navel-gazy, endorsing in the type of shit that feels like, look, I get it, you know, we're all killing ourselves with drugs and drink and lean and all that shit, but it's like, to be like, oh, like there was one album where they're like, oh, I'm fantasizing about what my funeral will be like, and won't, I mean, it's like, this feels like a 14-year-old, you know what I mean? And you know, I don't, it's just, it does not. I
really do urge you to listen to their new album. I promise you, it's probably the best thing they've put out in like a hot minute.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like their production. I think they're good rappers. I just don't, the actual subject matter just always pulls at me in a way that feels like, it makes me uncomfortable, and I feel weird about what mentality it feels like it's validating.
I get you. I'm going to put Ruby in the B because his flows, the flows are what draw me to even listen in the first place. Like what they're talking about in a way is it is substantial, but to me it doesn't overtake like the quality of the music. Like it's still quality songs that they're making. They're just talking about like sadder stuff. You know, and even then the beats don't even always match it. Like it's like Ghetto Boys, My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me or something. It has a weird quality.
Where did you put that fucking the guy who has the MTV and BET logos, Riff Raff. Where'd you put him?
F.
Yeah, all right, well deserved. Okay.
Next up is Russ.
He's fine.
Right. He's all right. He says a
I'd
lot
say
of
B tier.
stuff about being independent, so he kind of insists upon himself. But you said what?
Sure. I'd say a B.
B? Nah.
B?
Nah. I would say C. I'd say C.
Really? Why so?
Because like he has a couple of hits, but I wouldn't listen to him. I don't know anyone that he's like background music, you know? No one's paying attention to the story of Russ. All they care about is, oh, he's independent. That's all his fans say. Oh, he's independent.
Yeah. I guess there's something to be said for personality outside of that, because it's like, while I do think he's super competent,
he doesn't seem like a likable person, too.
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care about him. Yeah.
I never was interested.
No, you're right. There's a competence, but there's a lack of identity. You know what I'm saying? As an artist, that makes him stand out from other lyrical 2010s rappers.
Right.
You know?
And he's in the C tier because like he does self-produce and mix and whatever. But I would put him in the D tier if he didn't do that. That's for sure.
Well, okay. You're ruthless, man. You're colder than me, man.
It's because someone called me Russ. It's because all these white bitches called me Russ one time, and ever since then I was pissed.
Now we see what's really going on.
He's lucky I gave him C, damn it. He's lucky I gave him C.
Look at you. Your boy's RC. Why so generous? You know what I mean? I'm a generous man.
You were. I'm sorry, Russ. It's nothing against you, man. But it is. Next is Scrim. He's the next half of Suicide Boys. He makes all like the beats and stuff.
Well, I guess I'd put them both on the same level.
I kind of want to put, after listening to this recent album, he carries it, like lyrically and flow-wise. Like, it's the smoothest shit I've heard in so long. Like, listen to this, right? Broken bone, shawty, all this ice up on my wrist. Pull up with a stain, chop it like a Tide stick. Oh my god. It's like he's singing and rapping at the same time. It's so smooth. And like when it happens in the song, it's like reaching a crescendo and then he comes in.
I'm remembering, yeah, his parts, yo, I get you.
But that's off the new album. You really gotta listen to that. It's called Chainbreaker. That's the name of the song that it's
But
on.
he's the one who's like, I feel like Hillary with all these killers on my payroll, you know.
Probably, yeah.
That's it, right?
He does that melodic stuff.
45, 40 to your face and watch it bullet. That was one of my favorite joints from Suicide Squad. Dude, you can't tell me they're not making Hot Topic ass music, bro.
Oh, bruh. That's what sucks about it. It's because, like, all these kids are glorifying death, but that's because they emo rap in general.